And normally you would finish your items if you could, and instead Angel just goes, I'll take 3. Okay.
No, he's just gonna end it. Yep, it's.
All right.
I forgot how much damage you actually do to it when it's on last plate. I always think it has that that.
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
Oh man, that's got to kind of feel weird. You know, he misses all these Mystic shots, but in the bottom lane, like On and Wink got hit by every single one. You know, ZDZ doesn't even have time in the mid lane. It looks like the Dragon will be dropped here by EDG, so again, we'll play by
And I think it's just the Eclipse already being finished for Junhao is really important, right? They have that first item. By extension, right? If EDG do find themselves a good fight, then they're right back in it. But at the minute, they are struggling, and it's not looking good. TP up to that top side, maybe for a Weaver's Wall to come down from Saber.
Right, Angel has flash. Flash over the other side, but he still gets Seismic shoved in, and a big decimating smash. And then the kill is going to go over to Saber. He's going to have to flash away because ZDZ shows up with his own tone.
A kill! Woo!
We're getting bored. We're getting bored. But that's exactly what EG is. Us, on the other hand, no, this is actually quite exciting. We'll see what the move is going to be here. Junhao goes over the wall. You really want to be able to take care of this Rift Herald, and they do get it. They just got to pick up the eye, and it'll be bad news for EDG. It's bad news for ZDZ. He's got to flash away, but he gets stunned up anyway, and he will fall. Wacko going to get the kill. Wink going to headbutt away. He's trying to get out of there, but he's still mired up, slowed up. No further kills, but Ultra Prime get the prize.
Oh, Wacko, hello. Here we go. Looking at that bot tier 1 turret. I have, and I've jinxed them. That bot tier 1 turret is my my go-to for how EDG stop that from happening in Ascend. But Ultra Prime here, they're looking to prove to us that they deserve one of those spots in Ascend, or that they can at least tussle with them. Reminder that Ultra Prime was an organization that we were expecting to make it into Ascend, honestly, coming into that last week, the weekend of Judgment almost, where we had 4 teams, the 4 third-place teams. Ultra Prime were a team that I certainly expected to make it into that top group, but faltered at the last moment. As Wink already, I mean, might just die.
Yeah, no Ezreal lands. Xiaohao says, all right, we're bored, it's time to go in. Young trying to do what he can, at least peeling back here onto this Cho'Gath, who has to flash over the wall, but ZDZ is going to fall. Wacko going to get that kill. The bullet time coming through, but it's not doing a damn thing, as the turret has done most of the damage to Jiang here. It's a 1-0 for Ultra Prime, and they are more than happy to continue the siege.
Yeah, I mean, 6 grubs, remember, right? Like, Ezreal with this Essence Flux can just pop that onto the turret, pop the turret in just a couple of seconds, a couple of autos. Maybe enough to take that bad boy down. So tier 2 falls in the mid lane, and what's just spawned, Yanni? The Dragon! Wonderful! With the enemy top laner dead, that Smite contest not nearly as high prio, and not nearly as easy to execute. EDG, I mean, probably start this, to be honest. Like, your game is so cooked already. You're down 5k gold. This is the best chance you're going to get.
I actually like them not starting it because it's not going to benefit them. Right? Like, the false life is not going to be huge for them. Save your money for your items.
Do you think there are people in Twitch chat that are like, what is a pink ward?
Yeah, actually, oh my god, yeah, you're right. I forgot they're just not called pink wards anymore. They haven't been for a long time. See a bit of an engagement, looking over on the side. There's a big knock up there. On didn't stand a chance. On the other side of the fight, a big seismic shove too. Saber putting some distance in between him and the others. Xiaohao gonna go down. Over on the top side, ZDZ is burning away.
Junhao, no!
Spiraling despair on the Junhao. He's still alive. He flashes away. Weaver's Wall coming through with the knock up, and the Cho'Gath falls too. It's a double kill for Saber, and Ultra Prime still pristine.
I mean, those damage threats. Yeah, ZDZ is probably the only member on EDG who could have taken all of that damage, but he's not looking good after the fact. Tier 2 turret falls on the top side, and really, Ultra Prime, you can see, just waiting.
I have no idea that this is happening. Let's see where EDG goes. They're going to send multiple people mid lane, and they're going to be very, very sad when they find out the Ezreal flank is here. Wink is going to get tagged. Big 3-man knock up. The bullet time is there, but Xiaohao blocking all of it. Down goes Wink. Wacko off to the side, has the arcane shift. Xiaohao now on to Saber, gets hit with the spiraling despair. The false life buff is going to take him away. On is off to the side, completely out of position, stunned up, turned on, and dead. Signed, sealed, delivered. It's a double kill for Wacko.
Yep, and I mean, they managed to send Saber back to the spawn bullet time. Xiaoxia just walks forward, puts up the Unbreakable. The entirety of Ultra Prime are absolutely fine. 10-0. Baron now going their way. And really, for EDG, looking at game number 2 and thinking, what are we going to do to turn this around? Mountain Soul going to spawn.
Just
now.
To keep it frank, like anything that they could do in game 2 and better in game 1.
They have so far successfully done nothing.
They did take a dragon.
They got one dragon. You're right.
Yeah. They might get a second one. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Remember, they do have.
I think they will all die for this if they go in. ZDZ has the ult, so
ability to secure it. Yes. All right, here comes the ultimate from Zhang over on the bottom side. ZDZ is just gonna die. They're gonna lose the dragon. That's Soul. Xiaohao goes in. Xiaohao goes out. Here's the flash. Wink at least getting in there to try to stop everything. Xiaohao getting tagged up. He's going to have to get out of there, getting dangerously close to dying. Big double knockoff from Zhang. Oh, trying to get the kill, and he's not going to be able to. Oh my goodness, dude, we're looking at a shutout.
It's an absolute slaughter, Yanni. Ultra Prime, they give one Infernal Dragon and absolutely nothing more. As Junhao hops into the base, joined by Zhang and Saber. Game number 1. Took him 29 minutes, 14 kills, it's done.
Nice and clean. Not a perfect game, but a shutout. A clinical decimation.
Okay, well, they are very magic damage focused. And now this means that Wako has to go poke. Just because it doesn't mean he has to, but it means he's very much more likely to go poke. The burden of execution very much on Ultra Prime, and you can see ZDZ, no ward, potentially under pressure, has no W either.
Dashes away with that equalizer, but will be run down. The exhaust goes down, but it doesn't matter. Zhang is going to pick up first blood.
And just a little bit disrespect.
40 minutes of game time without a kill, and they give up the objective as well.
Wow. Wow.
Well, maybe not. Hold on, Xiaohao coming through. Here's the hook landing onto Xiaoxia. Good flash to dodge out of the ultimate, but Saber getting the impale there. Here's the equalizer and a really good spot. So much damage coming through. Wink goes down. ZDZ on the backside dealing with Wacko. Can Wacko live through this? He flashes away. ZDZ's an auto away from dying. Can't quite land the Q. And yet EDG still come up empty on kills. Here comes the curtain call. Maybe this will change. Zhang trying to get out, and he will be able to. This is absolutely ridiculous, dude.
We are counting down the minutes for EDG to find their first kill in this series, and we're 40 minutes in.
They didn't give up 6 grubs this time. Right? We saw how much 6 grubs actually did for Ultra Prime, and maybe an opportunity for the first kill here. As Zhang is a bit out of position, slammed up against the wall, is below half HP, flashes away, gets exhausted, pulled back in, and the boys did it! The kill goes over to On.
They're on the board, everybody. Let's go, EDG. 30 plus 13 minutes, 43 in total for them to find their first kill, but what does it cost them? Looking at the mid lane, a couple of plates going over to Wako, the exhaust from ZDZ as well. Now looking at that bot lane, Saber pushes in an unanswered wave. Junhao able to start up this dragon. But this is not all the EDG get. Looks like ZDZ is actually going to be able to take down the entire turret on this top side. That 4th plating as well, with first brick, is very significant quantities of gold going into the Gwen's back pocket. 425, plus the wave that he caught as well. This is now a Gwen that previously had access to a Varus and the Varus Lee, attempting to make waves at them. First items finished across the board for everybody outside of our supports. Summoner spells available for everybody except Zhang and ZDZ waiting on their flash, their exhaust.
Oh, Junhao not landing the ultimate, but Wink is going to get tagged up below half HP. Zhang has joined the fight. Here comes the curtain call. Wink are going to be the target, but Wacko will be able to walk it out. So his Xiaoxia 4th shot lands, doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Rift Herald down below 3,000 HP. Saber has the ultimate over the Nautilus if he wants it. He's going to get targeted up by it. Here comes the equalizer, doing pretty good damage. Wink going to go in. Wink going to get taken out, but ZDZ trying to do the same as Saber's got to flash away. Xiaoxia a little bit too deep, and he's going to fall next. Junhao stuck in the back of the pit, and it's a 2-for-1 in favor of EDG for now, and they're going to make it a 3-for-1 as they will be able to find Wacko on the backside. But a turnaround kill as well. But that means it's easy pickings for EDG. That Impale got left in the back pocket all fight long, and they ace Ultra Prime. EDG are alive.
And finally, EDG come to party. A 5-4-2 in the top side jungle. They secure the Rift Herald on with an exceptional fight on this Jhin. Flashing away from the initial engage from Xiaoxia, constantly keeping himself safe. And now he can move in to take this tier 1 turret as well, to break open that inner line of structures. And for the first time in this series, the tier 1 turret's going to fall for EDG and got the team to exactly where they need to be for that fight.
The big problem about having 3 melees is sometimes you have to play against Gwen. It's usually bad time. Here's a great impale coming through from Saber.
Into the Herald.
Probably gotten the Herald to dodge out the chains. ZDZ is going to get stunned up. The exhaust on the Saber. ZDZ trying to sustain out, and he's going to be able to get out. And here's a counter impale. This one's Xiao Hao's, and Saber dies on that side. And here we go. Curtain call coming through. Going to have to block it up a little bit. Oh, Wacko goes down. The 4th shot does not hit Xiao Sha, but they still root up Jun Hao anyway. Look at him driving around. Xiao Hao looking like Baby Driver out here. And the 4th shot in the back. It's more kills for EDG. They are fully in control of this game, Rudude.
And they say anything you can do, we can do better. Xiao Hao with the OG Impale pulls Ultra Prime into the depths and finds 3 kills and a tier 1 turret as well.
And now Ultra Prime are the ones who are struggling to find kills. We weren't able to get a damn thing there, and ZDZ was able to teleport mid and take out this turret. Remember, he didn't die in that fight. Dragon
just stood there. 5 kills already and has the exact opposite input on this game.
6,500 gold lead right now for EDG, as we talked about, looking very good. Here comes the curtain call, and Wacko is dead. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Angel. That 4th shot did so much to Xiao Sha. He slammed him against the wall. That impale wasn't even needed. It's a double kill for Angel, as EDG as a organization now has 15,000 kills. It took him an extra game to get there.
They could have, this could have been game number 1. However, a massive congratulations to the organization. That is such a massive benchmark as well. I wonder who's a little bit higher. This is where you get to see the LPL Old Faithful. They were a little bit of a dent in 2nd place and try and close out this game with another couple of kills. But with the way that this game's going, the way that it's gone, and the way that it's going to end, really it is just a question of what EDG look to do to close this game. We saw it took Ultra Prime 29 minutes to close out a game that was pretty much finished. Oh, they're going in though.
All right, they're going to try to get these false life buffs off. Wink is going to be the first one to fall, but here comes the rest of the fight. There's a good impale as EDZ is just doing his thing. They do manage to find 2 kills for the side of EDG. Here comes the curtain call. Angel on the backside. The Arcane Storm is getting massive as they take down the Varus. It's 2 kills for Angel. Xiao Hao caps off the ace, and EDG are going to run amok in the base.
It's an absolute slaughter, and it's Angel that just walks behind the tier 2 turret and destroys the hopes of the Ultra Prime's comeback. They tried to take down some of the false lives, and you know, they got Wink, they got ZDZ. Congratulations.
The scaling for EDG is much, much better than Ultra Prime's, and this game is well and far away from them, and I don't see a way back in.
Yeah, I mean, Drake's spawning on the bot side in about 8 seconds time, but neither one of these 2 teams are really close to Assault. Angel is going to repeat his successes from last game as Xiao Hao just gliding under the turret. This turret up here, really hard to defend, but they're trying.
All right, Impale, it's only onto the Sejuani, but they got plenty of damage, as we said. Got to flash out of there. Here we go, curtain call coming down, but they're going to block for their jungler. Well. 4th shot will not land, but yeah, that Chaos Storm, it did a whole lot, and this means the turret, once this wave comes in, should go over to EDG.
Yes, they defended it for 1 wave, which buys them, 30 seconds more time, but what are they buying time for, is that question. They needed that fight to find kills. They needed to get something from that situation, and they just got nothing. 2 perfect games put on an Angel so far, or rather 2 players with perfect games as Saber.
Here we go. We're going to engage on the Angel here. Scott the Duck did not land, so he's able to flash out of there with half HP. That's the power of Rod of Ages. You're going to see the engage on to On next. He's going to have to flash away, but the health bars are starting to get low. And here comes ZDZ over on the backside. Down goes the Rel. Wink getting low. Blast Cone over on the other side. Young dies. And ZDZ looking to get on top of Saber as he runs out of room 2. The 4th shot from the Jin does 1,000,000 damage. And now it's going to be Wacko getting run down by Xiao Hao. Xiao Hao's going to tank it up. The flash is forced out. Chains goes down, but it doesn't do anything. As the middle inhibitor will fall, and EDG may look to push the end.
Yeah, I mean, this should just be game here. 20 seconds on the solo laners, 10 on Xiao Xia. EDG pushes to a match point and to a game 3.
Second Nexus turret goes down, and EDG, after that rough early start where they didn't get any kills in any of those fights, really turned it on after that. They hurt us, Root Dude.
Having that over-the-top support in the Ziggs. Wacko in the hands of the Bombardier. Have to see if he can keep himself safe down on that bot side and weather the storm. Ultra Prime might have costed them all of that early game leverage that, or all of the early game prio that they might have thought that they should have.
And it's so tough because you don't get a kill off of it, which is what you expect when your goon squad arrives. And oh, hold on, wait, you might see a kill up here. Zhang, the 1v1 king, will elect to turn around and get that last attack off. Gets the full plate too. Good stuff
this time round, because they're just, you know, they're POV simulator right now. Cull picked up, Tier picked up for On. He does not care. Oh, I say that again. All I need to say to people is they do not care to fight, and they seemingly start to engage.
You said it earlier in the broadcast.
Yeah, exactly.
They will seemingly fight over nothing.
This is why On shouldn't have fought, for the record.
Yeah, On took TP too. He doesn't have a defensive.
Yes.
Oh, hold on. We got a flash onto ZDZ. There's a good ultimate there to try to keep himself alive with Pantheon right on top of him. Xiao Hao trying to get in there, but big damage is going to be coming through from Zhang. He's able to take out Ambessa again. Xiao Hao trying to get away. No more damage, so Xiao Hao will get away, but it's a second kill for the Jace.
All right, and Wink just sort of walks up to...
So when the team fights come around, is Jace will be able to get this rise, to get the Ziggs into the later stages of the game where they are at their strongest.
First straight goes down early on. It's on him now to be the one to apply that, to stop the shields coming through, or to at least remove as much of them as possible. As a realm warp comes
with
through.
The Grand Star fall, sure, the public execution's there. But he ain't getting very far as EDZ. You're going to have to flash away, but the chase down is there. He's so low. Can you land the Q? The minions are in the way. Come on, Saber, get the job done. Instead, the spear shot will get it done. Jun Hao will claim the feat of warfare for Ultra Prime.
And that's what they need away from that solar flare. But he's going to lose out on some plates down on the bot side. But the first turret is going to fall, it looks like, down in that bot lane. Whereas on this top side, EDG, they're committing to getting some plates. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to commit to get the turret.
Yeah, On is going to get at least something out of this, right? A small gold lead, but it's not really enough at this current juncture, right? This is where Corki is quite strong. You expect him to be
for me, you know, it looks like he's going to be heading towards a bit of danger at the very least as he hops into Saber.
Yep, right into his face. We're going to see a little bit of fight over the crab. Wink is going to come from behind, turning the lights out of Xiao Hao, waiting for a good opportunity to go in. He gets rune prisoned up. Here comes the public execution, and Angel trying to make things happen. As Jun Hao is down to half. Here comes the ultimate from the Ziggs, doing good damage. As EDZ's got to get out of the fight, but he can't survive. Angel's going to get stunned up. Good ultimate from Wink as they're trying to turn it around onto Saber. They don't have enough damage. Good charm, though, goes down onto him. Saber trying to get away. Angel trying to do his thing. On going to flash forward for good damage. Trying to kill Zhaosha, and he does. But Saber still stays alive, and Jun Hao is going to be able to trade out here. And Ultra Prime still coming up aces in this fight. A 2-for-1.
And importantly, John was just not here. This was a fight that was numbers favored for EDG. A composition that needs to go forward, that needs to fight together. We're very, very desynced. But Jun Hao will be able to find a Drake for Ultra Prime, putting them on the board for number 1. They've got 5 out of 6 scrubs as well, so they are looking pretty when it comes to those neutral objectives. Second, the Drake will fall. We'll see what Soul we're ending up with getting as well. So Cloud Soul not particularly important. Doesn't quite succeed, doesn't quite pan out as you'd like it to. It isn't working. It becomes very, very difficult. You can see just how much damage they're able to do to ZDZ in just one quick short burst. In fairness, Jun Hao does take a fair heat back.
Public execution. He's going to go all the way in, but he's going to go down very quickly. The question is, can he kill Pantheon? Zhao trying to do what he can. Gets the fear down, does manage to trade out the kill. Zhaosha left all alone, but teleport's coming in. Jace is going to be surrounded in just a moment. Saber's not winning this fight on the backside. Zhang immediately flashing out as EDG.
Get on and onto the rift.
I see what you did there. Onto the rift. As On was the first one showcased when he came back in. But what's being showcased is now this Rift Herald getting dropped down here at the 20-minute mark. Ultra Prime perhaps looking for this dragon. We'll get good damage in. Wacko will be able to knock it down that turret. That is Ultra Prime's 3rd of the game. And the gold lead they're hoping to tilt it back in their favor after EDG winning the most recent fight to kind of stem the advantage and the momentum that Ultra Prime had. This dragon down to about 7,000 HPs. It looks like EDG might fancy themselves a fight as everybody congregating around 4,000 HP. Comes the ultimate out from the Leona. They're going to land the charm down as well. The Pantheon getting lower and lower. Hammered out is this Ambessa. Going all the way to the back line is Xiao Hao. He's got to flash out. No kills to be had, but Wink died on the backside. Now Angel going to be the target. Charm not going to land ZDZ in the fight full HP. But they turn on him because nobody's behind him. No help for this man. Realm Warp just to scare off the members of EDG. And Ultra Prime go back to the Drake. They have a lot of damage. The rest of the squad is coming through. Does not look like EDG is in any position to stop this. And these blood petals, they are so worth it.
Yeah, they really are. And there's going to be a bunch picked up for Ultra Prime as well.
Just need a bridge for Saber and Wako to get there. CDZ maybe once in, Junhao's going to get stunned up here, but no further engagement. Angel coming in from the backside. They're going to go all the way in onto this rise. Charm goes down. They're going to target out the Pantheon.
There we go.
Big shields there. Junhao survives for a while, but goes down.
It's a good
now
start.
Zhao wants a little bit more, but he's down below half HP. Wonjong trying to join the fight. And Wacko had good damage there, but no kills to be had. But the siege will still be on in the mid lane here.
Yes, they thwarted a kill, but haven't really thwarted the siege here, as even despite the fact that they're down on numbers, it's Ultra Prime who are able to walk in and take that objective that they were after. I like the effort from EDG. They are also going to translate this into a tier 1 turret in the top side, so it's not all for nothing, or not all for just one kill onto Junhao. Yeah, you have to be a speedy little bro. You have to know where you're going, which is fine. I think that Junhao has been there.
Here we go. We're going to pick off the Jays. ZDZ is nearby. Public execution doesn't land. Neither does the ultimate. They had perfect vision, and EDG, with their good vision, are unable to make these plays.
Yeah, is there a Silas in this game? Who turned out whose lights? What happened? There were some skill shots. I mean, great flash, honestly, from Zhong, but other skill shots, not so good.
Through. We're going to go look for the Ambessa, the Realm Warp as well. Multiple members are going to show up. Ambessa now stuck in the pit. Ultra Prime is a little disconnected here. They'll look to link back up and look to take. Oh, the shock blast from downtown. Zhong able to get the job done. That'll be a sole point for Ultra Prime. And potentially looking for a little bit more here, but Saber will not get close.
Okay, looks like they were attempting to set a bit of a trap, but Ultra Prime swept it appropriately. Meant that they were okay to walk back into their mid lane, and Waco's done a very good job at defending this. So sometimes you got to do that, you know? Like, you ever get vengeance moments, like you're going to die for a ward and you just don't care?
Yeah, we might be walking a little too far forward, but a good dodge out on the ultimate. Here comes the Mega Inferno Bomb, does a ton of damage, the lights are out. Who is home? Going to try to turn it around on to this Poppy. Angel is TP'd into the mid lane, and Joust is going to fall. Charm goes down, the Pantheon blocking up a lot of damage. Junhao kind of caught here. He's going to try to go onto the Nocturne. That spell shield was well timed. It's a 1-0 for EDG. A lot of pings coming down. 15 seconds. Is EDZ lying in wait? He's got a blast cone if he wants.
He's going to be spotted on a ping.
Engage on the Wink. Wink that half HP. Here we go. Xiao Hao on the backside here. They're going to get on top of the Ziggs. They're going to try to peel back, but they can't do so. Poppy Hammer knocks 2 out, but it's a little late. Yeah.
Keeps them safe. Like, Ultra Prime could have turned on that and maybe found a fight, but now Ultra Prime's poke is completely gone. EDG have taken out the Ziggs, and maybe we can Realm Warp into the fight.
All right, we're going to try to turn on the ZDZ. It's a little too far away. The Drakehound step able to get him out of there. Dragon to be secured. Angel has 2 charges to this ultimate left. He's got the charm potentially. Gets engaged on. Junhao's going to go down. The Guardian Angel, though. Comes the rest of Ultra Primes. They're going to try to keep their jungler alive. He will respawn. We'll be able to walk away. It's a simple
Get back in here a little bit quicker.
Teleport coming in. This is a mistake
as well. EDG, they want to stop this.
ZDC public execution's available. Let's see if he's going to rip it. Who is he going to get? He manages to pick up the rise. The lights go out. Here we go. ZDC onto the back line along with the Nocturne as they force away the Ziggs. Wonjong off to the side too. Saber gets himself out, but that means Junhao is trapped. Is he able to find ZDC? ZDC big shielding, and he will go down. And Junhao gets more damage out on the other side. This does mean that EDG, it's a risky start for the Baron if they want it, but they do win the fight 2 for 1.
Oh, it's getting messy, Arnie, now as
Not
EDG.
getting these fights.
Now you're playing this sort of a Scryer's Orb bingo where you have to count out and wait for the cooldowns. As Angel looking for a flank, didn't find the charm. Ultra Prime have walked their way in. Looks like it's EDZ's job to catch the mid wave and now attempts to collapse.
Here we go. Ultimate goes down, stun onto the Poppy, getting all the way to the backline. This is Nocturne. He's getting blown up. He's in Guardian Angels. EDZ on the backline, chopping them up, doing so much damage. Saber with ZDZ trying to contend with him. ZDZ's got a Drake count step out of there, but the health bars are getting mighty low. Zhang is still low too. Saber can't really get in there. It's another 2-for-1 in favor of EDG.
Themselves up to Soul Point as well. We are 37 minutes into this game. Game 1 and Game 2 were absolute snooze fests of just back at easily one team winning without too much of a contest. Game number 3 though, we've broached the 30-minute marker.
5-8-5. It's a very odd scoreline, but it's been effective lately. Wacko on vision as well as Saber. You mentioned that TP is there. Xiaohao ready to go in, turn the lights out with the paranoia. Wink gonna go in, the steadfast presence already getting popped. ZDZ is able to get into the fight. The Pantheon on the backside going down. But here is the Nocturne dying alone. Public execution on top of Xiaoxia, but he slams him up into the wall. And ZDZ is unable to live. Saber running down Angel. A very convincing fight win for Ultra Prime. Junhao, the spear is not true. Angel will live to fight another day. Oh, Junhao is locking another one up in the chamber. Is he going to land it? Not quite. And that means the Baron not being done by Ultra Prime, but they might not care. Rudu, the death timers are very long. Wink up in 5.
Yeah. Fancy feat from Angel keeps him alive, but is that going to do anything? Can he even clear these
health bars
waves?
are low.
The grubs are going to do enough to give them a little bit of a backdoor bonus.
This is risky.
Back alive already.
All right, Wink getting rejected. They're going to go in. The charm going down. Zhang on the backside trying to do what he can to Angel. The first Nexus turn is going to fall. Angel getting lower, but he's going golden. He might be stuck. Saber in there. They drop the hammer down. Wink will fall. The death timers are still there. Ultra Prime will finish the game. It's prime time, baby. And they knock down the Nexus, and they can breathe easy.
Ring of Fire. But I didn't get to explain. And now Hoya only needs one more kill.
He's going in again.
Shun just gonna go all in, says why not? Let's not go to the Ring of Fire. Let's see if we can contest each other. He didn't get the flash off, and that's gonna be 2.
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
Vladimir at some stage will begin to quite happily handle the Scion. I don't know that they'll ever be able to take out the Scion, but another fight.
Fate Seal gonna go a little bit wide there, but they find Scout in the end. Satab trying to take him down. Flash play from Feather, gonna get the knockback, or try to knock up as well. Try to knock him down, a couple more punches. Scout doesn't have anything, but still has his health bar. Now Should coming over as well. Seismic Shove gonna miss. Ala looking for his angle, gonna go for the decimating smash and get some ground beef for dinner there. That's gonna be a big first blood for JDG off the back of TT's overextension.
It's a great flick from Scout. Scaling, I think the only real super bright spot that I'm looking at is going to be Pays and how well this Kai'Sa can scale into the late game, because Kai'Sa, I mean LPL will know, can do monstrous things.
Oh, it actually side connected on the Scout there with the Glacial Prison, and he will just pop to Hoya. They do get the re-engage on the Feather, and they'll fall, giving Shun a reset now, and here he goes. Let the dogs be unleashed and eviscerate to top things off, and another Darkened Dagger not going to go through onto Hoya. They do end up picking off the strat. Shun to perform in these kinds of situations. He hasn't been the most consistent jungler, but they still give him the resources here, and now the dogs have been unleashed. As the Weaver's Wall coming in, Scout gets blocked though, and now he's CC chain from hell, and he's gonna get the seismic shot, but go down to the smite for Beichuan. Sealed Fate's gonna go wide. Ala finds a massive unstoppable onslaught on the 2, but Satab has to pop back to his soul unbound. Double knockup from Feather is not gonna be enough to follow through. Pays looking to put in the screws, put in the plasma, and 1x in now on the other side of the fight can still free tap. He's the poke Varus. He's finding good angles, and it's a 5v4. Purple knockup, flash play from Feather, and that's that JDG dream that's coming alive here. As TT, they find a big fight off the back of those prospects from the LDL JDG squad.
Yeah, TT quite happy to have another one of these big scale 5 versus 5 gold, deadly even. Hot Steel been picked up for Beichuan. It's Jun on the flip side with that Eclipse with the Phage as well. Got a lot of the gold for JDG and needs to make it work. Hoya on the bot side.
Oh, Feather is a little bit caught out now. Tried to go for the big play. Satan!
Satan!
Isn't going to get Shun in the end, and he has to pop back. JDG still alive and well. The fight's still kicking in the bot lane as well. Ala and Hoya going at it down there, but here comes Ala with the unstoppable onslaught, goes right into the pit, and it is going to be Shun that takes the dragon, but they've already lost Ala. He's going to go zombie mode here. The TP instantly pounced on it. Scout's just going to fall down. That's 1xN picking him up as well, and Satan is running amok on this Yone.
We called out that this mid lane matchup was a chance
Falling
for
behind about 1,000 gold. The Rift Herald is started up by TT. It's going to be JDG seeding that side of the map and going for a side lane turret.
Oh, and then they end up seeing Pays as well.
Pays trying to get the outplay here. Has to burn flash, but Satab is right there trying to pump it back into him. Very low. The burn! It's not enough. Got out with about 30 HP there. Satab surviving.
Yeah, but I mean, ultimately, right, what happens there is, looking at the way these two teams are skirmishing, probably going to be quite frequent, and quite soon, that next Drake could very well be the play.
Oh my god, the double CC chain missing.
Nice,
Just gonna die. 303 for 1xN. Rift Herald in the mid lane by TT. And I think we're starting to get our answer of which version of JDG is showing up on the day. And it's not the good one, that's for sure. TT coming up big.
The entirety of 2025 has been just a big question mark for JDG. They've shown such high highs, taking 2-0s against teams that, you know, they should really probably struggle a little more against than anything else.
Oh my god, that was a lot of damage.
I mean, they just get the turret though, right?
Maybe they actually get Satab. Well, that's strike one for Satab.
You know,
he will be slowly taking down the side lane. He gets the turret. Oh my god, what a Chad. Somebody kill this man, please. Okay, Pay's going to take him down, but he got the turret in the end. That'll be the second turret completed for TT. Second dragon for either team. Doesn't rise that much in importance. I think it was good for JDG to steal away that last dragon. They can't continue to get caught. And speaking about getting caught in the side lane, maybe it is just going to be Scout. He's going to try to get the Weaver's Wall out, gets stopped in his tracks as Ala has no come up to try to save him. This is a full-on commit here. JDG is trying to save Scout. Fate sealed into 3, and it's Satab coming out the better over Scout time and time again in this game number 1. That'll be 2 members biting the dust, and Shun shows up too little too late. Ala is getting engaged on it. Feather has to flash away from Shun. Here comes the unstoppable onslaught, gonna run right into his own turret. The reset from Shun. He's looking for it. He's got all the gold. He's got all the momentum, but Satab's got the Yone. Is it gonna be enough? Shun trying to take him down. Ala gets the pop. And that's already Satab down. Shun is picking up the slack where Scout has dropped it, and Ala is right there with him.
And this is the jungler that JDG wanted. They swapped out their franchise jungler at the beginning of the year to bring in Jun. He is now 5-1-2 on this Neferi, turning fights, turning games back in their favor. And TT looks like they were going to
easier against this TT roster, and especially this TT composition.
Yeah, we highlighted it earlier on that JDG felt like they had the burden of execution. As now Satab on the fire top side.
Scout doesn't hit a single
just walks
thing
away.
There. Just walks away.
Well, he's still under fire.
Maybe if one dog can't get him, maybe the rest can. TP coming in. Satab goes to safety. Dragon goes down to TT. And that will be the TP burn, but that's worth it in the end.
That is so funny that he just looks at who's there. Yeah, you've got no CC. I'll DPS check you.
Missing in trouble here now, though Shun is the scary member there. We'll get the vision. They will block it out now. TT realized they need to maybe stick around. The Atacon just burning down. That's the power of this Neferi plus the Kaisa. But the roses, that's what's important. Missing, just gets popped himself. Shun working his way into base 1. Hoya has shown up. That's the other tank coming through. Pace picks up a ton of the roses here for JDG. Yeah. Ala was looking for an angle with the unstoppable onslaught. He's waiting. He's going Splinter Cell Scion now, just like the Shy did all that time ago.
As be a bit more crit focused, maybe a little bit more in that shield bow dimension.
See if it pans out for him. He's right now finding a good trade into Ala. Trying to stack up some of these health stacks there. Yeah, they are all the way coming down TPs. coming in from Scout as he uses the Weaver's Wall to catch on to Satab. Decimating Smash going to slow you just as much as your Stride Breaker does, and Scout gets the redemption kill finally in this game number 1 for JDG.
Yeah, Scout did commit TP, completely sacrifice. Yeah.
I mean, it goes down so fast. Beitwan maybe looking for a steal. This would be huge. He can't get it. He's going to look his way out there. Maybe looking for the fight after, though. Pays going to tank down that Glacial Prison. Nothing else going to come of it. And JDG even up the dragon.
The volatility of this team has been absolutely wild, and we do not know which type of JDG we're going to get. The start of this game looks like we had the team that was losing a lot, and now Jun's face checking.
He's going to go untargetable, but Satab still wants him. Fate sealed in with the combo, the permafrost. It wasn't enough. Shun still alive. That third item, the Death Stance, actually coming in so clutch. And now Allah looking for the play on Hoya. Going to get the flash out. He's very deep. He is just wanting to make a mark here. He's not going to be able to do anything, and Pays is right there to try to follow him up. The Hema Plague will pop.
Are they on Baron?
Is the one they're going for. Now that Chains of Corruption and Glacial Prison Abyss, TT, they're struggling. They're desperate. They need to make something happen, but Shun doesn't have much of a health bar to get into that pit. They look for Satab on the side. TT realized they need to back away. The Hexgate going to be used for Satab to get back on the other side, but Pays has found him. Got to be careful now. The TP's coming in from Allah. He's going to be full health, and he's looking very, very heavily at taking this engage, taking this front line as JDG back.
Look, it's JDG with this 3-item Kai'Sa and the Theory as well. The Baron's just gone.
TT, man. Oh, that's heartbreaking. They tried to make the play.
And you found, there are a lot of issues that get you there in the first place, but in the split-second decision, Beitwan didn't have the confidence to take it.
Scout, he got the block off, but Beitwan is the one they target first. Big knock-up seismic shove combo to Feather. He's very tanky with the Unbreakable, though. Beitwan looking for the angle. Satab wants to take them. Goes on the Pays, but it's not enough damage. It Shun follows him through. Is looking for the recess himself. Goes untargetable. Shun has picked up the slack of all these stars around him and said, damn it, I'll do it my damn self. As he will fall, it still is a definitive fight for JDG as they propel their lead now 4,000 gold up into this mid lane push and into a tier 2 turret.
And with the Baron at their backs, Mazel, they can break open the base here. Just 1 member down for them, 3 down for TT. They have got no chance at stopping this, and JDG, they're going to show no mercy when breaking open this base. 1xN on the Varus does not have the chops to stop them from removing this mid lane inhibitor. And with a minute on that Drake as well, snaps him with the quickness and means that he can't find the damage that he needs to. And Jun, I think, probably unintentionally follows as on live Feather's getting caught out and dying. But with that follow through and the fact that 1xN is now just barely able to take out Jun in the back half of this, I think that Jun didn't really want to go into that to begin with, but realized once he was there, hold on, I'm in a good spot, I'm fine.
Doesn't even need the hot dog skin. He's going to look for a play on the Satab, though. Satab uses his Q3 going in, and here come all the dogs as he calls the pack. Satab not going to have much say in this one, and Satab on his comfort on the Yone, something they've gone to so many times. Not going to find promise here. JDG biting off a little bit more than they can chew in the base of TT, though Allah, that tanky meatball, is going to use his unstoppable pace. He misses the Void Seeker play, almost kills Beitwan anyways. Now missing and to pop the quickness, they found Hoya. This is the beginning of the end for TT in game number 1, as JDG going to handle their business and look to go, at least more importantly, a 1-0 match point advantage over TT in this best of 3. The last 2 Nexus Towers are there. They're going to TP back into it. Now TT do have a little bit of defense possible. The waves are crashing though. Root Dude and Beitwan putting his life on the line here.
Allah's full HP comes in to tank up some turrets. First Nexus turret falls. 1xN trying his best to clear waves. Another TP can come in though. Scout goes back to base, replenishes his mana, and now back into the base they go. 14 seconds on Hoya.
Here they go. The one last thing. Just Satab misses the Fate Sealed. as Scout, the passenger princess, has finally shown up. JDG can finish the game now as 1xN gets jumped on by Shun. He'll find a couple more kills to finish it off. Go ahead and give him a triple, maybe even a quadra. It's going to go the way of Allah, but the game will go the way of JDG. 1-0 lead in this best of 3.
So maybe not the best AD carry at trying to fire in over the top, but certainly one of the few that can, don't get me wrong. So it fits the brief quite nicely, and that when we look at this TT, so that level 3 dive or maybe some other consequence of this found a lot of approach.
Pushed into the turret as he goes for the stun CC. H1 taking the turret, but he goes down. It will be Scout joining him, though. 1-for-1 trade first, but it will be 1xN and H1 already on the dragon, and it's already going down. So another game of full early neutral objective control from TT.
Now for them to set themselves up for the second is a pretty good look, without putting anything else on it.
Hayes gets cut. Satab with the flash play, the charm, and TT. Nice. They find 3 kills now for Satab in this early game, and he is off to the races on this Ahri.
Yeah, we said that the job this game could just be... Oh, take Hoya.
He's going to use the speed up. Shun trying to get around the corner here. Going to flash, going to get the CC, going to get the chain. Hoya healing up a lot, though. It's going to take a little bit more, but the execution is enough. Down the bot lane play. Scout by himself. Should be okay for now. Has the Emperor's Divide. Did just burn his flash. He just burned his flash. He won't have that available. Stand united. Can JDG stand strong enough as H1 gets caught out? Yeah. And that Emperor's Divide is one of evisceration onto TT. They lose out on the play.
Double ulti, double kill. Nicely done.
We just don't stop fighting. Missing now, in trouble on a Satab. Gonna get charmed, under turrets, missing, gonna go down. A solo bolo for Satab, who now is 4-0. But it's also just so cool to see Satab stepping up again. He's a really new face here in LPL, and now he's gonna get even more resources given his way as he picks up another kill. And now Missing in trouble, running away as they're going to dash into him. And Missing going to be locked down, CC down. And Shun has to just stand and watch so many times when his team is just dying all around him. But this Satab amalgamations of gameplay and be able to come out clutch in this one against Scout of all people.
And Satab in the dirt, have a great little series of things and not really struggle all that much. It's been anything but.
Oh my god, they finally get the combo off. Shun gets another kill. That'll be his 3rd of the game. Just been looking for...
weren't really able to push that lead like they had, or that they had at all. So we're waiting now to see if they can do a bit more with this advantage that they've got. It's a bigger advantage, but Titanic Hydra Shen is just 40% HP to Satab, so that's not good. Objectives for now. And again, not like their composition scales awfully as we move later on. They're going to have a very fed Ahri. They have a Jinx who's quietly whittling away a decent
goal. Taken a big back seat in this one. Even with the composition that we said, with Shun being on the Pantheon, needs to be very proactive. He's got 3 kills, but it's been off the back end plays. It's been trying to find these side lane picks. And it just feels...
it's going to be pretty difficult as we move later into the game. Satab, though, he is isolated at the minute.
Oh, really good buffer there. Scout tries to preempt it. He misses. Scout gets the whiff, and Satab destroys his ankles, and the TP not going to be fast enough. They do end up taking him down. They'll give the kill to Scout, and that's a massive shutdown going the way of...
And that's massive, right? Satab, one of these players who, you know, our criticisms of him were that he gets caught out on side lanes a little bit too much. He probably should have done there without the TP coming through from Arla, but a massive TP flank means that they can flash taunt his way in. I mean, Scout, it's unfortunate, but Missing here, you know, goes for the E ulti flash, which is a little bit awkward because you can get the root, but you should ulti after the stun, and then Scout, as he inputs...
Caught out. Going down 0-2 in that mid lane now as he fell right at that tier 2 turret. Another play on top side by Shun. Going on to a Yorick who's very strong right now. He's going to be hard to take down. Mega Death Rocket comes across. They do get the turret there as well.
Missing's here.
Chase him down. Missing's coming down. Solar Flare going to connect. CC Chain coming through. And an easy pickup from JDG in the side lane, but how much is enough at this point? I mean, it feels like TT are grabbing up so much real estate on the map.
Well, but the 2 items on the Jinx are terrifying, and I'm scared for how that looks to play out. Maybe Arla can one-shot the Jinx with this new Shen buff that I'm not familiar with, and like maybe genuinely maybe that's the thing between Titanic plus the pull-through damage from the Q. I wouldn't put it out of the realms of possibility, but with Taunt plus Flash available, I'd like to think that 1xN can stop that from happening.
JDG 2024. It's actually kind of crazy to think about.
Oh, wow, yeah, that they just actually did that. She did some big swaps. You're not wrong. Hoya, for the 3rd time this game, will be 3-manned.
Is it enough this time? It looks like it might just be that Spirit's refuge will not be a refuge for Hoya's Spirit, as he'll be taken down low. Another tier 2 tower gonna fall. That'll be the last one. And missing, getting caught by the rest of TT now. He's gonna buy some time. TP's coming in now. Pay's coming through. Grand Starfall as well on the back. Scout is the focus, but he wants the big play. Emperor's Divide comes through. They find 1xN, but they need to follow through. Allah's gonna take him down just like you predicted there. As they get him down, the Titanic Hydra comes clutch, and Pays can help try to whittle down the rest of these.
Arla's going to spot this out now, so now the jig is up. 10,000 HP. Nobody started the Dragon from JDG, so it is just a 5v5 to stop the Baron.
Oh, TT getting a little dicey. Allah is in there. Grand Starfall in. Shun in the pit. He's not going to survive long enough. He goes down, and 1xN is getting decided. Missing goes on the back.
What about the Baron?
It's not there. Baron goes down to TT. 1xN falls. Scout is not enough. Satab sits him down, and TT, they're taken away with this game. It's looking like we're going to 3.
And we wouldn't have it any other way. JDG struggle around the Baron, and Thunder Talk come up clutch. 1xN able to stand and deliver in the pit, just firing away, knowing that at some point he's going to go down, but he's going to do everything in his power to take some people with him. He takes 4 people into the grave. Hoya now with the Baron at his back, Yorick's best friend. He's got the Maiden by one side, Ghouls on the other, and a Baron buff to help him out. The inhibitor itself may just about stand tall. But JDG, they are now backs thoroughly against the wall with a Baron and a Soul to fight against.
Yeah, I think we're getting the answer. You can't give literally every single
4-item Jinx. But if they don't end off this Baron, there's going to be an Elder Flip at some point. There's going to be that scary 50-50. So TT, time is now. Soul's at your back, double inhibs down. Pace just used E. Okay.
A little bit of trouble. They have 6 grubs, and it just feels like an inevitability now for TT. The minions starting to rebuff that a little bit. Allah getting a little bit low, but 1xN, once he starts pumping, he's going to finish this one, and he's excited now. Mega Death Rocket going to kick through.
Turret.
That's 1xN. Looking for another. Scout gets a big Emperor's Divide. It is 1xN gone. Now JDG trying to finish this one up, but TT, they focus what matters most, and we're going to 3.
Hoya just hit turrets. It's nice and easy.
It makes it easy. You block it. You can stop it. You have a lot of options. You can even bop it if you want. Special shout out to those that know. Falling JDG side of things. Shun had wrapped around, didn't complete his path, and now has come down bot side. Has level 3. Flag and drag in. Trying to put down 1xN early in this one and often. And that'll be first blood to Shun yet again.
So sacrificing the entire ET it back up to safety, and also just the amount of agency I give to Lilia in this game in particular, it's going to be quite high.
Oh, the play mid lane. Concussive blows connects, but the cleanse immediately used.
The trap.
Missing is going to go down. The double combo there, CCing him down. It will tie up the kills 1-1.
Yeah, and they didn't even need to burn Beituan's flash to get that either, so double summoner spells from Missing, including Ala now in a bit of trouble.
Oh, Vinny gets the play, Ala! Another solo bolo, and that time over Satab.
And Satab, who's had finally gets to go back and picks up a full Liandry, so he's definitely stronger now. However, he needed to spend a little bit of time to go and do that. He either had to fight on weak items and try to contest Ala. He's trying to get into this top side, and they're trying to stop this fight.
Missing going for the crash down with the Magnet Storm into the equalizer with the bullet time, throwing the wombo combo, but it didn't get anybody. Severing Bolt's not going to hit either. Heroic Entrance coming in now to try to save the day. Shouldn't going to flash over the wall. He's away from the fight, but now it's on to B4D6. The Spiraling Despair has hit, and JDG showing some of their mechanical prowess. Going to take down Hoya in the back of the pit as well. Nobody from JDG falls. 3 are down for TT, and the lead has just ballooned to 2,000 plus. Angle on the Feather and B4D6, but not going to follow through with it any further. But look at JDG. I mean, they are just exerting their aura onto the Rift.
I think about the wins as well is that it's more important that JDG find B4D6.
This is a weird combo. Shun is a little bit overextended now. Gonna get his way out now. Spiraling Despair on a Tab, and out of nothing, JDG make miracles happen. 1xN is gonna get a big pick himself, get TT their second kill of the game. But it is that
sports. That's a negative win rate for the first
round.
No,
you got it right the first time. They're losing to themselves. There you go.
True. Sorry.
Changed the entirety of this roster besides missing. It's been a big change, but something they've been coming akin to here as they're going to take down Tab in the side lane. And that might just be another check in that box. 0 and 4 for Tab.
Fortunately enough, Scout League of Legends is a team game, so he gets to say that he won 2 of those games, even though
Vernal Soul point for JDG, which is difficult for TT to come back from. The Rift Herald charge from JDG won't necessarily net them very much in mid lane, but the TP from Tab and the turret still falls anyways.
Yeah.
So they'll get that outer turret gold and still have about a 4,000 gold lead.
And I mean, the issue, I think, for Thundertalk this game is that their scaling might be pretty deep. 1xN is just going to be struggling, I think is the polite word I will use, as now a commitment down to this bot side. TT decide, do they want to try and take this fight, yes or no?
Okay, maybe they find an angle they like here, but the turret is going down to JDG. More standing gold going their way. And that lead ballooning to a little bit.
They're struggling to steal Gromp away in their own jungle, right? Like, Jun is putting on a little bit of pressure. Smite from B4D6 will pick that up as Hoya TP's in, but they're not going to get anything particularly from this. It's all for posturing as Missing pokes his head out. They now know that he's there. And he's got a really lethal angle as well.
He does indeed. Gonna get sniffed out a little bit there as TT, they just say, let's go ahead and take this one. Let's start this fight going, as that's the ace in the hole used on the Scout as well. Big Severing Bolt as Ala, the cutoff flank, the red carpet of doom. As bullet time came across, they didn't even need to use the hot pot special. They're gonna get the soul point here as JDG secure that third dragon for themselves.
Yeah, Hoya's going to be the sacrificial gargoyle in this one, as Arlo will be able to burn him to a crisp. Maybe somebody else comes in and picks up the kill, but with the Drake going down as well, it's JDG who are pretty much putting this game to bed, I'll say. They're scaling itself pretty decent between Scout and Arlo.
JDG moving forward here as well, they'll be able to get all the roses on top of it all.
Yeah, I mean, this game is getting out of control now, right? This is JDG taking pretty much all the neutral objectives akin to what we saw from TT in the last game, and TT kind of sat back and POV esportsing once again, where they're just watching and particularly doing anything about it. JDG walk in, try to command their jungle, and yes, granted you're able to secure your own red buff, but ace in the hole is absorbed by the Ferroman to write home about and continue to accrue that fandom, but we've seen Spiraling Despair go down. It's traded out for the Lilting Lullaby, and I think that's a happy trade for JDG because Thundertalk, they're the ones pressured here. They're the ones that got to do something.
Not again. Not again. Here it comes.
Another
the
TP.
Equalizer. The top on top of it, and it's hot pot time, baby. Throw it all in there and give it a nice little swirl as they get that equalizer in the top of it as well. And Missing is leading the charge as the Severing Bolt's going to go a little bit wide. It's still a double kill that comes through for Pays. And now JDG, they pull everything out onto TT. 3 bodies down. The tier 2 turret under threat here now, and they're looking to push some serious damage into the base of TT.
Yeah, it was a 1 in 100, and unfortunately they didn't quite have the answer. TT are going to... Yeah, and I mean, this probably could have been a 2-0. We were talking about game number 1 like it's a game that they could have won. They then came out and absolutely slammed game number 2, but unfortunately they don't really have an answer for game number 3. Arla maybe going to get picked off here.
Lilting Lullaby comes through. He's going to instantly get out with that Mikhails across the wall for missing. Now missing wants to try to get the
Far
engage.
back, it doesn't really matter. And Jun's got enough HP, Ala's got enough HP that they can just sit tank and then they can be successful anyway.
All are going to reassume position in this top side as mid lane Inhib is looking under threat now. Pays was actually looking to take down 1xN. As back coming through from Beituan, but he was just out on the base or outside of the base trying to get something going back to bring back to TT. It looks like JDG want to try to take down this outer turret, or at least this Inhib turret in top side. 1xN trying to poke in a little bit. Oh, loses half his health.
This is how you know it's going well, when you can just walk in and ego check under the turrets.
That's all you need to know. Equalizer on top, but the bullet time didn't even need the Cataclysm. Severing Bolt not going to connect, but it still doesn't matter. The follow through is there. JDG. That game 2 was just a blip on the radar. 2 dominant games here coming through with their 2-1 victory over TT to put themselves at 5-3.